Have you ever wondered what the Nephilim, also known as giants, were doing on Earth before the flood? And did you know one of the Nephilim had tried to fight Enoch? Stay tuned, as you're about to discover what 90% of people don't know about the life of the Nephilim. Welcome to Wisdom and Revelations Hub, where we explore biblical history to reveal hidden truths and fascinating stories. If you enjoy our content, consider subscribing, and we promise to keep bringing you engaging and enlightening videos. Now, in the beginning of time, God had given roles to each of his creations. Before the Great Flood, the Lord God had sent down 200 angels. He called these angels watchers because, obviously, their role was to watch over the humans. Now before the flood, and even before the watchers had come under the heavens, sin filled the earth. Because of this, God had said to these angels,
"Go down to earth, oversee my mortal children, watch them and guide them from a distance, but never interfere with their affairs."
Now, according to the Book of Giants, before the angels were even sent down to be watchers, they asked God,
"What is man that you are mindful of him? Why do you care so much for these mortal beings?"
The Book of Giants does not clarify God's answer, but God had given the angels an instruction to follow. They agreed and told God not to worry, because they would only watch after his creation and could not ever sin like them. But God had warned them, stating,
"It is revealed and well known to me that if you by chance happen to live in the earthly world, the evil inclination would sway you just as much as it rules over the sons of men. But you would be even more stubborn than they are."
The angels assured God they would complete their role as watchers to ensure that God's intentions would be fulfilled. The Lord entrusted Semyaza as the leader of the 200 angels, who were now considered watchers. It sounds simple enough. Your names are watchers, so watch after the human creation. Do not touch them or interfere. Just make sure they are following the will of God. But obviously, the simple things in life are not as simple as we think. While most people thought this would be easy, Semyaza and the other watchers did not. In fact, as soon as the watchers descended and saw the daughters of men and how beautiful they were, the leader Semyaza stated to his followers,
"Come, let us choose wives from among the children of men and beget us children."
The angels could not resist the beautiful mortal women. The fallen angels, also called the Watchers, came down from heaven and lusted after and mated with human women, who ended up giving birth to their offspring called the Nephilim. The Nephilim were monstrous and bloodthirsty giants. They killed and consumed the animals, plants, cattle, and humans of the earth. Having experienced intercourse for the first time, they not only consumed the creatures they found, but they even sexually abused them as well. These events were reported to Enoch, who wrote about it in the Book of Enoch. Now, from the well-known Dead Sea Scrolls, fragments of a book known as the Book of Giants were found. The Book of Giants, though not fully completed, talks about the offspring of the Watchers and how they were wiped off the earth. According to the Book of Giants, after the 200 angels came down, they descended upon the mortal women, took them for wives, impregnated them with their seed, and shared with them the secrets of heaven. Even though all the watchers were doing this, Azazel, a high-ranking watcher, went a step further and taught the men how to fight, taught them how to make weapons, and taught them to wage war on each other. Forbidden knowledge of the heavens and the untold wisdom of the angels were told to many mortal women to charm them. The world was now filled with chaos. Wars were waged, rapes were committed, and the appetite of the Watchers overthrew the societal balance that mankind had so carefully cultivated. The Watchers populated the earth with Nephilim, who were half human and half heavenly beings. According to the Book of Giants, Semyaza, who was the leader of the Watchers, begat 2 giant sons, Oya and Haya. The other angels begat the rest of the giants. The giants grew up and brought destruction and ruin upon the earth and the human race. The cries of humanity reached up to heaven. God, hearing mankind cry out for help, accepted their prayers. God rebuked the Watchers and their children as judgment was waiting to come upon the Watchers and the giants. The giants were still enjoying life and had no idea what was to come. Giants would always boast that Oya and his brother would live and rule forever because their power and strength were unequal among men. During this time, the giants were also having strange dreams predicting a great flood in which they would all be destroyed. All the giants and monsters gathered together. Mahway, the son of Barakil, stated to his brothers,
"We've all been troubled by the things we've seen behind our own eyes, but I fear I've seen something that warrants our concern."
After Mahway stated this, all the other giants wondered what he spoke of. They asked him for more information, which he explained, saying,
"I saw myself with a stone tablet that was immersed in water, but when I retrieved it, 3 names were etched into its surface."
The names were etched into its surface. The giant Mahway had a dream, which was of a stone writing tablet submerged in water. In this dream, most names on the tablet were washed away, but 3 names remained. One version of the dream was of an angel defacing the tablet as a symbol of the destruction brought about on earth. In defacing the tablet, 3 names could not be erased, symbolizing the flood's destruction, with only 3 men remaining alive on earth. Mahway stated again,
"This vision is for cursing and sorrow. I am the one who confessed. The spirits of the slain complain about their killers and cry out, 'We shall die together and be made an end of.'"
Now, pause. Did you know the Book of Giants was discovered in the Dead Sea Scrolls? There are currently 2 versions of the Book of Giants due to translation. The Manichaean version and an Aramaic version found at Qumran. The Qumran text was in such poor condition and so fragmented that clear reconstruction was impossible. Pieces of the text are missing, making it difficult to reconstruct the order of certain fragments, and thus the order of certain verses in the text is the best guess. Okay, if you have learned something new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's return to the video.
Oya, one of the sons of Semyaza, asked,
"Who told you how to interpret this dream?"
"It was my father, Barakil."
Said Mahway. Ohiah's brother followed by describing the dreams he had.
"I dreamt of a virgin woman who gave birth to a son."
Oya realized they were all having similar nightmares. Oya also had a dream, which referred to a garden being destroyed. He stated,
"In my dream, I was watching this very night, and there was a garden with gardeners, and they were watering 200 trees. Large shoots of water came out of their roots, and fire burned all the garden."
Oya continued to explain his dream and said that after the destruction, 3 plant shoots or trees were left in the garden. Oya and some of the giants started to believe that they would be destroyed from upon the earth due to their sin. So all the giants began to cry as they were gathered together. Ohiah tried to calm the giants down, letting them know that maybe the visions were not for them, but for Azazel. He stated,
"These visions aren't for us. They are for Azazel the Watcher, who taught men how to fight, gave them weapons, and incited war among them. All of these judgments are for him, not us."
Mahway, however, remained unconvinced. He confirmed that God had already condemned Azazel for his sins and banished him. Oya, a little annoyed by Mahway, looked up and pointed at Gilgamesh, hoping to get some support. He asked Gilgamesh what he thought. Gilgamesh stated,
"I am a giant, and by the mighty strength of my arm, and my own great strength, I have made war against any mortal, but I am not able to stand against them, for my opponents reside in heaven, and they dwell in the holy places. They are stronger than I. The wild beast has come, and the wild man they call me."
The giant talked about how strong he was and how he could win any battle against a mortal. However, When it comes to battling his real opponents who are in heaven, he does not stand a chance against the heavenly angels. The giants now realized there was no escape, and they must die for their terrible deeds. At this point, the giants felt defeated. They realized that their fathers, the Watchers, were imprisoned, and none of them truly understood the interpretation of the dream they had. Ohia reminded the giants of his dream about the trees being uprooted from the earth and told them not to take the dream seriously because they had not done anything wrong. In fact, mortal men, the temporal rulers of this realm, had wronged the earth and each other long before we even arrived.
Remember, they are the ones who fell for Azazel's deceptions, not us.
All the giants shouted in agreement and felt at peace. However, Mahway and Gilgamesh still felt uneasy. That same night, when the giants went to sleep, they had nightmares about destruction and a storm. The giants became fearful and did not want to go to sleep. Another giant explained a dream he had about the garden, stating that the garden was more luscious and beautiful than the ones mankind had. There, in this green paradise, were 200 trees that stood uniformly, tended to by angels that watered them. But as peaceful as the image was, it changed for the worse in the blink of an eye. The garden caught on fire. All the giants said they had the same dream and began to panic again. All the giants and monsters grew afraid and asked Mahway what should be done. Ohia was now annoyed because he believed himself to be a leader like his father. One of them suggested,
"We should ask Enoch, the noted scribe."
Everyone agreed and told Mahway, "Go, since you have heard his voice. He will interpret the dreams and tell us how long the giants have to live." So the giant Mahway, son of Barakil, went to seek out Enoch. As he flew, he heard a voice as the sun began to rise, warning him. The heavenly voice told him that if he flew too high, the sun would set his wings on fire. The voice told him he must descend. The voice guided him to Enoch. When Enoch saw him, he stopped him. Ma referred to this encounter as his second visit. Mahway asked Enoch to interpret the dreams. Enoch listened to the accounts of the dreams. And so, Mahway spoke of the dreams they had. The stone tablet in the water, the roots of the trees, the garden on fire. Mao told him of everything they had seen and how they wished to learn what these dreams meant.
"These dreams were given to you by the Lord God."
Enoch told Mahway,
"Therefore, it would be not only wrong but also impossible for me to interpret them without his guidance. I will speak with the Lord God on your behalf and learn what your visions mean and what he has prepared for you."
Mahway was dismissed and told to return after Enoch had received an answer. Mahway returned to his brothers and updated them. Oya, hearing that no answer was given, became upset and pretty much gave the other giants a big, "I told you so." A couple of days or weeks passed, because the Book of Giants is not complete and is in fragments. It does not specify, but Enoch came and stated to the giants,
"Though I did petition to God to let me know of how long you will live, but the Lord God refused me. However, he did give me this tablet, which I am to deliver to your fathers, the Watchers. Herein, it is detailed that Semyaza, Azazel, and all their companions will not escape judgment for all the things they have done, and that their wives, who succumb to your father's whims, your mothers that is, will not escape judgment, and that their sons, that is, you, will not escape judgment. The land, the earth, is crying and complaining about the terrors that you have committed, but soon the archangels will arrive to destroy you all, and those who are left will face the great flood, which will destroy all living things. But pray now, giants, and pray truly for forgiveness, and perhaps in such a gesture you might yet be saved."
Enoch foretold them that the 3 trees and the 3 names are the sons of Noah, from whom the generations will grow, while everyone else perishes. Enoch told them about the violent deaths of the giants, Nephilim. Although the Watchers and giants asked for forgiveness and peace, Enoch told them God had declared there would be no peace for them. Hearing this, became upset. Oya stormed toward Enoch as if to hit him. To be continued. Thank you guys for watching part 1 of the Book of Giants. If you are interested in what happens next, subscribe to stay tuned for part 2. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you all in the next video.